In The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, a group of Chinese mothers expresses their greatest fear, that their American-born daughters do not actually know them. As both the mothers and daughters reveal memories and describe their current lives, they begin to drift together and understand one another. In the story's exposition, Jingmei Wu is asked to replace her recently deceased mother as the fourth member of the Joy Luck Club. She remembers the story her mother told her about the original Joy Luck Club, which she had founded before coming to America. Suyan was in Guilin during the Japanese war against China, and refugees were pouring into the city. Conditions were miserable, with overcrowded buildings, homeless in the streets, and periodic bombings. Here, she comes up with the idea for the Joy Luck Club. 4 women gather together, eat lucky food, and play mahjong in order to bring themselves joy by winning. Then, before the Japanese attack, she is forced to flee Guilin and eventually has to abandon her own babies by the road. Later, she comes to America and starts the current Joy Luck Club. Here, the narrative hook is introduced, as the other 3 members, Anmei Su, Lindo Zhang, and Yingying Sinclair, stop Jingmei from leaving. They say that her mother had tracked down her lost children, Jingmei's lost sisters, but died before she could contact them. The 3 aunts want Jingmei to go to China and tell her sisters about their mother, but freak out when Jingmei says that she never really knew her mother because they are afraid that their daughters do not know them. In the rising action, both the mothers and the daughters recall events from their early and current lives in order to connect with one another. First, the mothers remember stories from the youth, recalling both traumatic and wondrous experiences. First, Anmei recalls the death of her grandmother and the first time she meets her mother. Then, Lindo looks back at her first unsuccessful marriage before Yingying remembers her traumatic experiences at the Moon Festival. Next, the daughters Jingmei Wu, Waverly Zhang, Rose Su, and Lena St. Clair recall their own childhoods. Waverly and Jingmei recall their mother's rivalry, where the woman with the best daughter won, and Lena remembers her mother's brief slip into insanity. Then Rose reminisces about her brother Bing, and how she let him drown. At the climax, tensions between the mothers and daughters rise. As Yingying discovers Lena's terrible marriage, Waverly tries to tell Lindo about her pending engagement, and Anmei makes Rose discover her husband's infidelity. These events lead to an interesting ending, rife with drama. You will have to read the book to find out what it is.